Greetings, LEGO fans, greetings. Welcome to another live stream of the Vintage Brick. I hope you're doing awesome. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have had an awesome day, night, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you there. Today we are building, what is this, number 4 of the AT-M6 MOC. And it is proving to be a bit of a beast. It's proving to be bigger than what I had expected, but it is coming along pretty awesome. We have got the front legs. We finished the front legs last time. We have finished the rear legs a couple of times before that. We are up to step number 207 of about 667 odd. So we've got a wee way to go. And I've got a deadline. I have to have this done, and any filming I want to do with it done by Christmas Eve, or actually by a couple of days earlier than that, because we are going away, but just before Christmas. So yeah, make sure you say hi in the chat. It's always way more fun when there's conversation going on, and it's awesome to have you here, and I hope you enjoy your stay. I think with that, we are probably going to just get on into it. So yeah, we have got, first of all, before we get too far into the stream, I have to make a huge shout out to the guys at the LEGO Star Wars Community NZ Facebook group. They have been kind enough to lend me this set, and I am really enjoying the build. It is very cool. So a huge shout out to those guys, and thank you so much for getting this set to me so I can build it and see what it's like. And yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. So let's switch over to the main view. Oh, we already have. It's jolly good. Switched over, jolly good. So yeah, we can move those out of the way because they are done. It's quite stoked. I'm quite stoked to have those done, actually. It's very cool. Right, and we've got all of these bits. My amazing wife has been super awesome and has done a full inventory of all these parts. From now on, we are into her inventory stuff. Previously, it was me pulling out all the parts, hence lots of pieces still missing. So I am going to grab a receptacle for these smaller pieces. Ryan, great to have you here. How are you doing on this fine evening? Thanks for stopping by. Missed the last couple of streams, but looking like it's coming along great. Bigger mock than I was expecting. You and me both. It is quite large indeed, especially when you see the size of these legs, well, especially actually the size of these front legs. Huge little monsters. I'm going to have to zoom out. Monsters, like, to get perspective, it's like, yeah, it's big. It's pretty big. Yes. What? You mean you don't go back and watch every single minute of all of my live streams? Huh! I'm shocked. Yeah, but yeah, it's definitely coming along. It is looking really good. Slower, much slower progress than I was expecting. I kind of expected to absolutely race through it, and just really just knock it out. And it is. Well, especially the first stream, when I realized that it was going to be a super boring stream if I was spent most of the stream just looking for the parts in a massive big box of parts. So just to give you an idea of kind of where we're at, so we've got obviously these bags here, and this is the box that it came in, and this is how many bags we have still got to go. So if I take this one off the top here, you can kind of see Still like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bags to go, and they're pretty chocker. So yeah, still a wee way to go, which is interesting because I kind of thought once we got to this point and actually started building the body, then it was actually going to be pretty quick. Like the most of the work was going to be in the legs, but no, turns out the legs constitute about a third of the build. Not even a third. So yeah, it is an absolute beast. So I'm going to have this down here, and I guess we should probably just get into it. So stop yakking, start building. Otherwise, we are going to get into trouble time-wise. So as I said, I do have a little bit of a deadline for this. I need to have it done, and any filming that I want to do with it, and have it disassembled by Christmas. Actually, by the 22nd or so. Yes, I need to definitely get my skates on, get a wriggle on, and get this thing done. How many pieces in this MOC? This MOC has over 4,150 pieces. So it is around, it's around 4,150. So it is, it's probably, it would be the biggest set that I've ever put together. Hence, being able, yeah, hence biting off more than I can chew, possibly. And hence me underestimating it a little bit. But I'm sure we'll get there. I might end up doing some daytime streams in that week leading up to Christmas. Thought that could be kind of fun. Doing some streams in a time zone or a time that the American people can come along and join in on the fun, because it's fun. Yes, it will be. Piece count. It is actually bigger than the Pirates of Barracuda Bay. The Barracuda Bay set was around 2,500 odd pieces, I think. So yeah, so it's significantly bigger. It's a little bit of a stretch to say it's almost double, but it's not far off, almost double the piece count of the Barracuda Bay set. Which still is my favorite build ever. It's yeah, I find it hard to think that another set could come along and take that crown, but you never know. I definitely enjoyed that build. It was pretty epic. So yes, it's definitely coming along. So I just need to try and somehow step up the pace a little bit, because I want to do the whole build on live stream. I don't want to sort of do some sneaky builds off the stream. Yes, so it'd be good to, yeah. So I don't want to cut any corners. I want to get it done. All on the stream. This is one of the pieces that we're missing that we now have. These are always interesting parts. You know, I think they're kind of cool. They're great for building frames, like what we're doing here. Very cool indeed. Yeah, yeah, it is indeed. 2,500. So it's about the same size also as the Mac Anthem and trailer. Actually, I might just swing this camera down just a touch. There we go. Yeah, the Mac Anthem and trailer was also around about 2,500 pieces. though doing, hence doing a build video of that one, with lots of stop motion build animation, and doing an actual build video of that was a mission, and I had to split it into two pieces, two videos, because it was so big. But I do get the feeling that we are, oh, this is supposed to be light grey. Right, let's just hope we don't run out of dark grey themes, because that would be bad. But I think dark grey is an okay substitute at this point, because most of this stuff is probably going to be covered anyway. Always interesting building the framework. A little bit of bonus tree in there. Let's get it out. There you go. Bye-bye bonus tree. So what do we need? One of them. We need a couple of them. So yes, I was quite excited to hear your news, Ryan, today. Was it today? Was it yesterday? I don't even know. But yes, very exciting. I can't help feel partly responsible. But I don't get in too much trouble. But I think sometimes it's one of those things that just has to be done. Just has to be done. And this is where I kind of hope that you're not listening to this live stream in a shared space, so that somebody wouldn't necessarily say, "Ah, news? What news? What are you talking about there? What's he talking about?" So I had been wondering about how to approach doing one of these new shorts videos that that YouTube have kind of started doing. I wasn't really sure how to approach it, and today I finally managed to get one done. And after Rich from Brickscene gave me a suggestion on the last stream, and that is supposed to be, is it 6? Oh, what's going on there? 3, 2, that's quite a way off. What have I done? What have I done, people? There, there, there. Is this too long? Hang on. Hold that thought. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Yes. Why doesn't all this line up? 2 gaps, then a 1. That's in the right spot. 2 gaps. That's in the right spot. Aha! I see. It's supposed to be a gap of 2, and then a 6. 1 by 6, and then those. Right. Now we're back on track. So, yes, yes, it's all your fault. No doubt. I'll no doubt blame this newfound obsession with Lego on you. Lol. Yes, I'll take that. I'll own that. Yep, I'll own that. I'll absolutely take credit for that. It's sometimes interesting to, yeah, you kind of think, oh, am I allowed to like Lego? Like, it's, you know, because it's a toy. Like, come on, it's a toy. So being a grown-up, like, you know, you kind of think, am I allowed to like it? I don't know if I'm allowed, you know? It's just not the done thing. But then you see the sets that are available, and that there's actually a whole community of adults who are really into it. And there's even these sets and these series that that are geared specifically towards adult fans, and that's kind of cool. So sometimes you just need, you almost need permission, right? To give yourself permission and go, you know what? I actually think this is really cool, and it's not really about what anybody else thinks of it or thinks of me for liking it. I actually just really like it, and they're really cool. So yeah, I remember when I first started the channel, before I uploaded the very first video, I had the first video edited. It was ready to go. I'd played it to my kids and a few friends of ours, and they were all really supportive. They thought, yeah, that's pretty cool. And I remember being riding into work on the bus, and I was messaging my wife, and I said to her, should I be doing this? Like, am I just making a complete fool of myself? And she replied, no, I don't think you are. And the reality is, if anybody says anything, or anybody kind of thinks that something negative about what you're doing, who cares? Like, if you're enjoying it and this is something you want to do, then just do it. But no, I don't think you're making a fool of yourself. So yeah, sometimes we just need permission, and often the hardest person to get permission from is ourselves. So yeah, that's my 2 cents worth anyway. It'd be easier just to write it off if it wasn't so jolly cool. So much jolly fun. It really is. Especially when you start getting into those real bigger sets. Things like the UCS collector series for fans of Star Wars, when you when you got the Millennium Falcon, the big UCS Millennium Falcon. That thing is, like, if you're not impressed by that, there's something wrong with you. It's just a monster. It's massive, and it's just so impressive. You see it and you just go, I can't believe that's actually built out of Lego. And that's often when you show people some of these bigger sets, that really is often the reaction, and people just don't realize how far Lego has come. They kind of think it's, you know, the toys, the small sets from like the 70s and 80s and 90s, and they don't realize that some of these sets are like ridiculously large. So yeah. What am I doing? I missed one. I did. Right. There we go. And 11 of these half pins. B. Lucas, welcome back. Mustard Man says hello. Hello, Mustard Man. Hello, right back at ya. Welcome, welcome, welcome back. Right, which way around are we going here? So, anyway, back following my previous train of thought, oh no, it's not around the wrong way. I'm holding it around the wrong way. Okay. Now, trying to do too many things at the same time, but that's okay. That's how it goes. This whole shorts thing. So the whole idea with shorts on YouTube. No, it's not some policy that you now have to wear shorts when you make YouTube videos, though that would be a rather odd thing to mandate. But these are little short videos. So the deal with them is, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's especially when you're watching YouTube, you're looking at YouTube on your phone. There's like a shorts bar now with portrait videos, and they've got to be under a minute, and just little short teasers or snippets or something. I guess it's kind of YouTube's thing to combat or do something similar to TikTok or something like that. I am assuming. I don't know whether it is for sure, but that's what I kind of assume it is. So I had some of the Lego communities that I'm part of. They've been doing a lot of these shorts, and like, it seems like to be all the rage at the moment. What the YouTubers are doing, and I've kind of seen it and gone, yeah, I don't know. I don't really see how I can. See what I could do, like, I have no real idea. And then Rich from Brixing came on to the stream the other night, and he suggested, hey, why don't you do a shorts video to promote your live streams? I thought, hey, actually that's a really good idea. I had toyed with the idea of doing some promo shorts for some of the videos, especially some of the videos and the video speed build series that I've got coming up and got planned, but I hadn't thought about doing it for the live stream. So today I decided that I was actually going to do one, and I did it, and I had posted it earlier, and I think it came together pretty well. I'm pretty stoked with it, actually. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you go check it out. It doesn't take long. It's only like 53 seconds. I think it's hilarious. Be a worry if I didn't. My middle daughter, she thinks it's hilarious. I picked her up from dance this evening and played it to her on the way home, and she got to the end and she's like, can I play it again? And I was like, sure. And then that finished and she's like, can I play it again? And she was cracking up all the way home, and it was pretty cool. So it's definitely fun when somebody else kind of validates your humor, and it's kind of cool. So if you haven't seen it, make sure you go check it out. It's kind of cool. Ryan says, yeah, when I was 12, I asked my dad for some Lego for Christmas. He told me I was too old for Lego. At 12? No! It made me feel pretty stink. Yeah, 12 years old. 12 years old is like the perfect age for Lego. That was about 30 years ago. Oh man, yeah, nah, Lego's timeless. I think, yeah. Oh, I suppose the perception is like in the perception would be that the 12 years old is probably the higher end of when you should be playing with Lego, but it's not really like you're playing with it as such. It's just the whole building experience. Like, yeah, I don't know. But yes, no, I can appreciate that, and yes, that would definitely make you feel pretty stink and put you off. But hey, now you're an adult, you can do what you want, right? But yes, I'm stoked. I'm stoked for you that you have got something coming. And yes, it might be a hard conversation to have to justify, but if you want something, it's really cool. It is really, really cool. Right, there's that section done, so we'll put that over there. Yes, starting early tonight. I am indeed. I thought I would try start a little bit earlier. Now that I have kind of moved my building area to a dedicated room, I can now shut the door and build and live stream and do whatever I need to do. It's kind of doubles as the office. You can kind of see the computer screen kind of back there. Hang on, what am I doing here? Right. Yeah, so now I can close the door, and whereas before I had to wait till the kids were well in bed, otherwise it would just get really awkward. Having the kids in and out in the background, and just literally in a communal area, like it was right by the kitchen. So yes, it's good. Actually, I think those are the wrong pieces. They're supposed to be the double-sided ones. Ooh. I wonder if she's given me all of the wrong pieces for that. Yes, so I wanted to try tonight, starting a little bit earlier and just see what happens, because I think starting at 9:30, going from 9:30 to 11:30 is maybe a little late for some. So it's kind of just what we do, really. It's we just try and see what happens. Try different things. I am hoping to do a few daytime live streams in the week leading up to Christmas, and maybe even a daytime stream this Saturday, possibly. Probably sometime after the London Bridge Bricks stream. Obviously, let me know if you're wanting to stream then as well, Rich. I could either jump in on yours, not to build this, but I don't want to clash with anybody else. But yeah, let me know. Feeling the pressure to get it done before Christmas. Yes, there is actually a deadline. The owner of this set has actually, just before I started the build, he said to me, he's like, "Oh, would it be possible to grab the AT-M6 set back before Christmas, because I'm going to have time over that Christmas break to build it." And I said, "Yeah, that should be okay, but I am planning on starting the build on a live stream on Tuesday," and this was on like the Sunday or something. And he's like, "Oh no, that's cool." And I said, "I should be able to have it done like by." Oh, I said, when does your Christmas break start? He said, "Oh, Christmas Eve." So I said, "Oh, sweet. I should be able to have it done by Christmas Eve." So, so here we are. I kind of thought, I thought that it would be easier, but it'd be like 2 weeks max of a couple of streams, and then I started building it and realised that it might actually be a little bit of a push, especially to get it built, get any filming done that I want to do with it, and then pull it apart nicely so that you can build it. But it's okay. It's okay to have deadlines. You might want to move your camera out a bit, getting a bit of a head in there. Yes, I get excited and I go, "Yeah," and I start talking to the camera. So let's try moving that up a little bit, and maybe around a little bit, and hopefully then, the problem is that my arm gets in the way. But thank you for that. Hopefully this will be better. I'll just have to make sure I use my left hand for that. Okay, we'll see how we go. I had to switch everything around, so it's all a little bit foreign still. Oh, actually, I know what I can do. If we go around here, oh, you see my super flash webcam stand over there. Right, and just make sure that this is lined up and level. One thing I love about this camera is it has a built-in level on it, which I think is actually pretty cool. Okay, hopefully now that should, yeah, now I can actually duck under it. All right. Yeah. Yeah, but it's much better not having a big blurry blob come into shot. Now, how am I going to do this? Because I think these are actually the wrong pieces. I've got these snot bricks here. I think they're supposed to be double-sided snot bricks. Because it's supposed to attach under there, and then have the stud on the other side to attach to the other bits. How on earth am I going to do this? I don't think I have any of the right snot bricks. Don't think. Oh, I know what I could do. Oh no, that's going to be the wrong width. Okay. Let me see what other parts I've got to play with here. I don't think I've even got any of those kind of snot bricks in other sets or anything. It's definitely not a good start to the evening. I had a quick look through here before. You know what I could do is I could get a little bit fancy, a little bit flash. Now I'm assuming I'm going to need 2 of those, and I need some pins. Now this is going to be mocking at its best. I pretty much haven't done any mocking ever, so this will be interesting. But I think this should work. I just had an idea. Some Technic pieces and some pins, because what we need to do is basically have something attached on that side and have something attached on that side. So if it's not going to be super stable, but it's supposed to be 4 wide, but if I chuck that on there and that on there, and then one side will be stable, but that should at least get me through these sections, and then I can chuck you on there, and hopefully then we can continue. So it's not ideal, but it will do. What am I doing? Got these the wrong way. Oh no, that's not going to work with that middle one anyway. Apparently yes. Apparently yes, it has been built with these parts. It was pulled apart. The owner of the set got it. I just recently found out a little bit more of the backstory for this. The owner of the set bought it and then pulled it apart. And while he was pulling it apart, he was kind of thinking, "Oh, that's a bit weird. Oh, this part's a bit weird. This part's a bit weird." And then when we did, but it didn't end up doing a full inventory. So when we finally ended up doing a full inventory, we found all these pieces missing. Yeah, turns out we have even more pieces missing than we originally thought. Now, the reason that these particular pieces were missed is, let me show you. Now, these instructions here, it's kind of interesting. When my wife was pulling out all the parts, she just saw this and didn't notice the tiny little thing on the back because she was kind of just looking down here. She wasn't actually paying too much attention to what the build was doing. So she has mistaken it for these, which I think somebody else has mistaken it for these as well, because there's heaps of these single side snot bricks, and there aren't any of those double sided snot bricks left over after the inventory. So I'm hoping that this will. This is, oh, actually, what we can do, we can secure one side of that. There and there. Not ideal, but it will work. Hopefully, we'll have a big long piece that'll go over all of these and secure that. But we will see how far we get. Okay, where are we at? Oh, sorry. Actually, what I need to do is let me put the instructions over here, so I'm not like peering into the shot while I'm trying to look at the instructions. I don't need glasses, but sometimes I wonder. I have pretty good vision, generally, but sometimes I find myself peering into small print. Okay, so now we're using some of these bricks to how they're actually intended to be used. And another one. So just in case anybody doesn't know what I'm referring to when I'm saying a snot brick, yes, that is actually a term. What it means is studs not, or what it stands for is studs not on top. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the studs, it doesn't have studs on top. It just means more that the studs are on the side. So, like this, where you got it on the side and on the top. Often you'll have ones that has studs all around the sides as well. Right, so that goes on there, and we have. Oh, I've missed out a piece. Where are you supposed to go on top of there? Right. Righto! Jolly good show. Good to catch this now. And it goes other side, and then we have a 1x2 on the top there. I'm really hoping that this comes together in my idea work. Damn, that's a pain. Yeah. Nice work on the shorts too. Thank you very much. What about using the 4 snot bricks, 2 facing one way and 2 facing the other? Ah, yes, of course. That could work. That would work. And that's probably what he's done, actually. Ah, see? See? I needed an expert to come and help me out. To come and point me in the right direction. But you're absolutely right. Oh, no, that won't work. Because you've got 2 facing that way and 2 facing the other way. They won't end up sticking together. Yeah, they'll kind of sit in there, but they won't actually. It won't actually hold it together like it's supposed to. But it was a good try. It was a good try. Good idea. Definitely worth exploring. Now more of these snot bricks to put the studs on the back here. Yeah, for some reason it has it's taken me quite a bit to adjust to doing everything on the left hand side. Oh, what have I done? I'm supposed to have 2. Oh gosh, this feels super fragile, this bit. It feels like it's just going to completely crumble every time I put a piece on there. Okay, right, now 1 by 2 on the top. That will make it a little bit more stable. And then another 1 by 1 on the top here, and a little curve guy. Little curve guy to just top it all off. Yeah, we'll see. If there is a plate bracing them, then that will work. Yeah, because there's going to be a plate across there, which I can see now. Okay, cool. So you are correct. You are correct indeed. So you were right, and then you were wrong, and then you were right again. Sounds very familiar. So if we check you on there, and you on there, and make sure I get this the right way around. That is the second one. Yeah, that way. And one on. Oh, sorry. Right there. Oops. Oh. Very fragile. But. And then we have a plate on there. Like that. There we go. Totally acceptable. Nice. Reason, Ryan. I think you're onto something. There must be a reason why. So yeah, absolutely. Good call, Rich. Good call. Yeah, especially that's right. Especially since it manages to have been built. That's right. Okay, and now we build the opposite side. I might need to angle this down a bit again. There we go. So you think that you saw this model at the Auckland Brick Show last year? Entirely possible. that does not go there. There we go. Yes, entirely possible. Oh, yes, that is supposed to go there. So yeah, that definitely does make sense, because that array of 4 snot bricks is actually sandwiched in between there. So that does make a lot of sense. Yeah. I'm man enough to admit when I'm wrong. But no, that was a great suggestion. Thank you so much. In which case I can chuck those back in the spares. Don't need you guys anymore. And we need a 3 and another snot brick. And I've just realised why I'm feeling like it's very, very dry. There we go. Some chill beats. Nope, not that way. Facing down. Don't tell me I'm missing more pieces. Okay, back to the spares. Crikey. Crikey, crikey. Okay. No, definitely not here. Because all those are facing upwards, and we need the light grey ones that are facing downwards. Which we've got. Okay. In theory though, if they're both facing the wrong way, we should still be able to put the plate on. It'll just be like one stud out. See how far we get using this. Or we might just have to miss out those bits altogether. But like I said, we'll just go and see how far we get. What have I done? I've done the same thing again as I did last time. Forgot to put a little 1x2 in there. That's a bit better. Build that out. And then we can put the sky on there. And the sky on there. A couple of 1x2, or 1x1s. If I remember correctly. I do. And a 1x1 on the top. And curve olive guy to top it all off. There we go. Okay, now that guy goes on there, and we want a couple of the 2x4 tiles. Oh, what have I done? I've just built it. Oh, what a muppet. What a muppet. How many colors? One dark, one light on each structure. Well, if I do one dark and one light, then I don't know if those are gonna fit. Oh yeah, it would, because it would go up the other way. Yep. Right you are again, sir. Right you are again. I've got to pull the second one apart anyway, because like a muppet, I was looking at the wrong instructions and managed to build it symmetrical as opposed to mirrored. But look at that. Again, what would I do without you? Eh? What would I do without you? How many colours used in this MOC? Grey, grey, grey and blue? You see a black Technic axle, yes. It is a lot of dark bluish grey and light bluish grey. Very much Star Wars colours. Very much Star Wars colours. There are a couple of other colours in the interior, and there is a little bit of black around the place. But you're right. It is primarily dark, the dark grey and the light grey, which is very much dark grey is very much dark grey and black. I think is very much Empire colours. I think, from what I've seen anyway. Rich would be able to confirm more than me. Okay, so I need to do this around the other way. So that's there, that's there. Flip this round. Now I wanted the light grey on there. It's not so bad having to flip it around. Just one of those things. Look at that, easy as. Done. Okay, cool. And let's just throw that on there now just to secure that and make sure it's not going to completely fall apart. And there we have mirrored pieces rather than duplicated pieces. It's definitely what we want. Okay, make sure you get this around the right way. And how does this go on here? Like so. Right. And there are those panels on. Great. Jolly good show. Okay, it really does feel like we're starting to move through this a bit quicker now. Is that the second piece? Yep, more mirrored pieces. Right. Cool. Good to know. So, start pulling out duplicates. Well, not duplicates, but 2 lots of everything. Whoop. There we go. Threes. Yes, so I did quite enjoy doing that little shorts video, especially after I had the idea. Thank you, Ryan, sorry. Thanks, Rich, for the idea. I've already got those out, don't need more of those. I need 2 bricks. Yeah, thanks for the idea of doing a shorts video to promote the live streams. I hadn't thought of that, and yeah, I thought it came together pretty well. I'm not sure if you were here, Rich, when I was telling the story about when I picked my daughter up from dance earlier this evening, and I had, while I was waiting in the car, I literally uploaded it then. Yeah, she was cracking up. She thought it was the funniest thing ever. So she must take after her dad's sense of humour. She must have a dad's sense of humour. Yeah. But yeah, stoked with how it came together. Hopefully it'll do the trick. It will be very interesting to see how it goes over the next few days. Like it usually takes a few days for it to make it into rotation. Is that right, Rich? Oh, that's not what I want for that one. Oh, that's a little bit tricky. You've got to be paying attention there. You could put another. You've got one on top there before I put that grey bit on. Yeah, the kids like that fast-paced stuff. Yeah, they do. That's very much the style of my editing too, which is kind of cool. I've always tried to do things like cut out all of the ums and ahs and the to a point anyway. Cut out all of the dead space, so that's keep the tempo moving nice and quick. Yeah. Yeah, usually up to 24 to 36 hours. My last 2 haven't done that well, but the ones before got a few views. Last 2 were speed builds, so maybe that's a no-go. Yeah, I kind of got the impression that speed builds weren't great to do, just from what I've seen and heard other people say as well. Like I remember someone, it might have even been someone on the live stream, the London Bridge Bricks live streams, saying that they spent ages doing like a stop motion animation build, speed build. So it wasn't even like a time lapse, it was actually stop motion. They spent ages and ages and ages on it, and it just got no views, like just got nothing. Yeah, they were pretty gutted, as you can imagine. So I think it's definitely a place for doing promo kind of videos rather than little short speed build videos. So yeah, I think you might be right there. I think you might be right. got to try everything through though. Absolutely. It's all about just trying all sorts of different things and seeing what works and seeing what doesn't. Yeah, totally. I wonder if it's supposed to be a silver grade guy. It might be. Just so happens I have some silver grates here left over. Okay, so we need that piece there, and this guy, and a round plate. There we go. All right. So make sure we get the correct orientation. 3 from the end. Yeah, definitely needs the 4 studs holding that together, because that's super fragile there. To be expected a little bit. Okay, it goes on there, like so. Alright, I guess we're going to be building the other side of this now. Let's see if we can race through this nice and quick. Don't get me wrong, the micro Hoth build got 1400 views. Oh, yep. But shorts tend to do a little bit better than that. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Shorts is a fad that will soon get swallowed up into the larger algorithm. As such, people are just doing well off it because it's new and there's a gap. Yeah. Talking to my wife today actually about builds. Sorry, about the shorts, because played my shorts video to her, and wanted to get her opinion and also give her context as to why I was making it. And her immediate response was like, "Oh, it's YouTube's response to TikTok." I was like, "Oh, that's a fair point." So yeah, I mean, it'll depend. It'll be interesting to see if it does fade away, or whether it's just it's actually YouTube trying to compete with or have an American-based TikTok-like platform where and have a place for those shorter videos to live. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens, whether it does kind of die out or whether it kind of becomes its own little genre thing. It'll be interesting. But I do think it's a great promo tool. If you can figure out the right way to use it, I think it's really good. Is that right? No, that is not right. It's supposed to go down. One on there. And then a 2 on top of you. Second, 2, and then yeah, that's supposed to go there. Ah, right. I think one of these is a substitute. It's probably okay because it's going to be hidden anyway. So the owner of the set did say that there were a bunch of substituted parts, so we are still kind of finding all of the sub parts. Have managed to get some of the correct colours to replace them, but there still are. Well, we will still find some subbed out parts along the way, I'm sure. Now we can put the one that goes upwards on there. More snot bricks. What do we got? 1 by 1 brick. It's another snot brick. Oh well, we might have to use one of these snot bricks as a 1 by 1. Hopefully that's not going to come back to bite us. Yeah, TikTok and Instagram Reels, yeah. I post to TikTok too, and if it's under 30 seconds, I'll also post to Reels. Oh, yep, cool. Yeah, something I haven't really explored yet, but it's that, which is not surprising really, because I'm still obviously very new to the short format. Oh, short format video thing. Where's that piece? There it is. Just double checking to see if there's some spare bits, spare colours that we were missing. It does look like it. Right. Cool. I don't bother with Facebook anymore. Instagram is linked to it, so let it auto post from there. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I think, well, I have done a couple of shorter videos, but actually just, there was one that I posted to Instagram, and kind of, like, I did like an Instagram edit, and then another one that I posted to Twitter, and did like a Twitter edit. I'll do the same thing as, so you, which yeah, didn't, it got a few likes, but not really a whole lot of traction. But I may end up just reposting it to YouTube as the short format. Yeah, that could work. It was kind of like a stripped down version of the you know, the glory shots for the Mac Anthem, which I was pretty stoked with. I thought it was pretty cool, and you never know, that might be a good way to promo just those older videos. Could be quite cool. Don't want to treat anymore. Got told it's for old people. Yeah, that's what all the young people are saying, right? But then again, also it depends on your target market as well. Like, I guess a lot of the vintage stuff that I do, the speed builds and things, unfortunately it's that older market that has a real interest in that. A lot of the younger people don't really care about the vintage stuff, they just like the newer sets. So you never know, I might phase it out more and more as the channel grows and I start doing more newer stuff rather than the older stuff. But we'll see. It's there ticking away. It's at the end of the day, it's just another social media platform, isn't it? It's a pain to upload to. Yeah. I mean, I don't actually upload anything as such. You know, just post and share stuff from YouTube and link to it. But yeah, I want to try and use Twitter more too. I want to automate that though. Yeah, I use TubeBuddy, and that has like a pretty good posting to Twitter feature. So it pulls in the thumbnail and yeah, does it all nice, because Twitter's a pain to try and figure out how to post to without TubeBuddy, I've found anyway. It's just not consistent. It's like, oh, you post it and then it's like, oh, the thumbnail's not there, and yeah, it's a bit of a pain, but TubeBuddy does help. So it's supposed to be, oh right, just had a brain melt, and I was just like, this is going to focus. I was just like, oh right, cool. So 1x6, 1x6. Oh man, they don't really look like 1x6s. They don't look like 6s. But oh well. Oh, they're 4s. I just need 6 of them. Shit. Oops. Yes. Yeah. Nice, Ryan. Nice. Yes, that Ecto-1 review is really good. Fully endorse that. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. There he is. Interesting. I have TubeBuddy installed, but I haven't used it much. Yeah, I just use it for a couple of things really. I think when I first started the channel, oh actually I think my yearly subscription must be coming up for renewal. Yeah, when I started the channel, I heard that it was good to, yeah, I wanted something to help me with the keywords and the SEO and all that sort of thing. And I found TubeBuddy, and yeah, I thought it was all right. And that's pretty much what I use it for, is exploring good keywords to use, and maybe finding keywords that I didn't necessarily think of. Yeah, that and a Twitter share functionality seems to work all right. I'm also part of a group called Small YouTubers Boost, which is just good general information for growing your channel really. Yeah, it is interesting. Oh, what have I done here? Something's come to bite me. Ah, I missed out on 1x4. Okay. What was I saying? TubeBuddy. Oh, the Small YouTubers Boost. Yeah, which is a great group for learning how YouTube works really, and what things to do and what not to do, and kind of just joining a community of small YouTubers who are passionate about growing their channels. There are a lot of people, because I mean the group has got like probably like 500,000 people by now, 500,000 members. So you there is a little bit of a perception by people who don't really know much about what they're doing, that they'll join the group and they'll instantly get their 1,000 subscribers. They'll get like thousands of subscribers, but it's not that kind of group. Like, they're there to help you grow, not to do it for you. So yeah, but that's been a worthwhile group being part of, that's for sure. Just found a piece that I missed, so I'm just going to correct that now. should have just done that from the beginning. Oh wow, this is going really poorly. Okay. Oh goodness me. Okay, here we go. Okay, now that's solid. Now there will be a rogue stud there. There he is. Hopefully he doesn't come back to bite us. But that is coming together. So we want 3 and a 2, and those link up those bits. Right. Interesting. I'll check the group out. Yeah. Do you get Twitter share on the free version? I am not sure. I have no idea actually. Possibly. Yeah, but I really don't know for sure. Hang on a second. Aha. Helps if you hold it around the right way, get the correct orientation. These instructions are good, but there are a few things which would have been good to improve on. I suppose there's not really any way around this. This one just gets tricky. But I guess that locks that all into place, so that should be good. And same with this one. There we go. Okay, yeah, it's I'm just trying to think where the Twitter share is. It's when you are on you've got to log into your YouTube account on like on desktop. So you go in, and then in your what's it called? The YouTube Studio. Go to your list of videos, and then it's like a TubeBuddy icon on the right hand side of all of the options there for each video, and you click on that, and then it's got share as Twitter link. So go have a look and see if it's there on the free version. The reason I don't use TubeBuddy much is because it does work with, or it doesn't work with Safari. I should just use Chrome more and look into it. Yeah. You must be one of these, these Mac users. Just teasing. I have recently joined the dark side. Ryan will be happy about this because he's also a Mac user. He's a designer type. So yes, I have just started using a Mac for work. And yes, it's very, very nice. Very nice to use. 2020 Mac Pro, the 16-inch one, and Core i9 CPU in there. It's a bit of a grunter. It's quite nice to use. Typically have been a Windows user in the past, just because I couldn't really justify buying a Mac when you get a lot more bang for your buck hardware wise in general with a Windows PC. But that being said, there is something about Apple design that is really nice. They certainly design their stuff really well, and there's just something about the Mac keyboard and the Mac touchpads on the new Macs, how they've got the haptic feedback. So it's not actually a physical button; it's like a little vibrate to simulate the button click. It just feels really nice. It's one of those little things that was just like, oh yeah, that's really nice to use. Devs in the team I'm currently working with are all using Macs. Funny, yeah. Mac is getting a bit old now. Well, 5 years old. It's been good, but struggles with the heat now, especially when I'm rendering videos. Yeah, my Windows PC is actually, I worked it out a little while ago. That's like 7, 8 years old. I mean, it wasn't top of the range when I bought it, but it was pretty good. It was pretty up there. I just built bought the parts and then built it from there. Oh, put that one in the wrong. Oh, how am I going to get that out now? There we go. Yeah, so I've got like Core i7 and yeah, it was pretty decent parts. But yes, it is starting to get a little bit tired now. Where are they? Sometimes it's just like a game of like spot the difference, really, isn't it? So where do you go? In there somewhere. So if I match the perspective, yep, that's about right. That should be the right spot. And this is one of the things about these instructions, which I don't know, surely they could have improved on. It's like the order of putting the pieces in, because some of these are actually really tricky to get in. Sweet Twitter works. Oh, nice, awesome. Yeah, it's great. It's a great, easy share function, because I played around with Twitter all sorts of ways to try and figure out how to share properly and get the thumbnail to show. It's just such a nightmare. But yes, that share makes it nice and easy. Okay, 3 6s, 1 8, a couple of 3 blocks, and 2 of these tick blocks. Instructions back over here to stop myself putting my head in the shot. Yeah, I'm not really sure how they would actually get these pieces in otherwise. Yeah, so maybe this is the only real way to do it, even though it's super tricky. So the easiest way to actually get them in there. And of course, this is all the stuff that's not going to be seen, because it's going to be that way up. Yeah, it's interesting. It's not as wide as I thought it was going to be, though maybe it gets wider. I don't know. Maybe it kind of builds out from there. Time will tell. You're going to have 6s of a different colour. Oh no, there's 1 extra. So 1 of different colour. Double check there's no squares in here. must say I feel much more comfortable with a little bit of dead space where I'm not talking with the music going on in the background. Not quite so dry. Quite stoked to find the service that I'm using. It's all like designed for streamers, for streaming, and it has a YouTube safe setting, so don't have to worry about copyright claims and all that kind of carry on. It's all streaming safe, and they take care of all the royalties and all that, so it's yeah, it's good. Yeah, they still need 2, 4, 6, 7. I've had it for the last few streams. It's usually just kind of quietly in the background. I've kind of been building up the volume slowly. So I think the first stream one I had it on was very, very quiet, and then slowly just been increasing the volume so that it's a little bit more noticeable and it's not quite so backgroundy, but hopefully it isn't loud enough that it actually drowns out when I'm drowns my talking out when I'm talking. The music sites, the service is called Pretzel Rocks. It's like you can stream to the browser, or you can download it as a Windows or Mac app, I think, and it just kind of plays in the background. You can pick your playlist, and they have all sorts of music on there, like thousands and thousands of songs. So yeah, it's good. It's nice. It's not often that a song will come on and I just kind of go, ugh, no, skip that. It's generally pretty good, and I have a high quality level that I'm after. I don't just want any music just for the sake of music. I want it to actually be enjoyable to listen to. And yeah, it's nice. It's good. It's good quality stuff. From all sorts of different artists. I'm hoping that one stud doesn't come back to bite me. A little bit of detail in there, which I don't know, is it really necessary? I guess time will tell. I guess we'll find out later on once the build is complete. Because they've tried hard to hide a bunch of the knot studs under here. Burst up. Oh, look at that. That rogue stud just sits over top of that that inverted plate thing, that inverted tile. So close. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay, cool. We can chuck that over there. You've used it. Yeah. Oh, get to use this axle. Fun. So we need 4 of the pins. A couple of those. ones. And I'm supposed to have 2 of those, except I used one because I was missing something similar. Oh no! Okay, I might have to use some more. Do I have any more? No, I didn't even have any more of those snot bricks. Oh, crikey. I see what they've done previously. Snot brick and a Technic brick. Yeah, to make a 1x2 brick. Now, where did I end up using it? Oh, there's a grey one there. Oh no. You know what? I think it's under there somewhere. I wonder if I can pull this whole layer off easily. One way to find out. Alright, right there. That one. This one. There he is. Okay. Okay, there we go. Well, that was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. That goes on the bottom there. And is that all correct? It is. Yes, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be an absolute nightmare to try and get that bit back out. Okay. Pins and more pins. I need 2 of those guys. Yep, there. I think I am doing this right. I just Technic beams and pins. Rich, your favourite. Your favourite. So where you are. There, like that. Oops. Alright. There you go. Something to watch out for. He wants to jump out. Something to secure it quick smart, I think. So where does the so those pins go on the outside there. That'll stop those guys from moving. Those aren't going anywhere. Surely good, surely good, surely good. These guys to go under there. 1, 2. Oh, come on, no, 3, 4. Whew. I can't stand taking pins apart here. Got to go do some recording. I'll see if you're still on once I'm done. Awesome. Have a good time recording. Hope it goes well. And I might see you later. Otherwise, I will catch you next time. Thanks for coming and hanging out, Rich. It's much, much appreciated. Always much appreciated. Right. You still with me, Ryan? You're still hanging in there? Almost there for this bag. Oh gosh. We've got to... This is definitely not only the largest build, but yeah, it's probably the most complicated too. It is actually, there's quite a bit to it, and it's just some really tricky bits, especially in this underneath area. Yeah, real tricky. Interesting building techniques though that I've come across. Oh, here we go. And we can chuck in some reverse tiles to hide all of this underside. 2, 3. 4 and 5. Oh, jolly good. It's good to have you with me still. Yeah, definitely making progress. I wasn't sure how much we were going to get through tonight. Just one of those, 6 and another 6. We are just about finished this first bag of this top section. Okay, right, that's that bit done. Okay, 2 downers, 2 uppers, and we're going to need the same again, and a couple of bricks. Okay, how do these go together? So the uppers there and there, the downers there and there, and then we have this like giant. It's almost like, so you could probably call it a snot cube. Kind of cool. Now, I think the hardest thing with these instructions is trying to figure out the perspective, and sometimes the perspective forces you to do a little bit of guesswork. It's due to the perspective, stuff is hidden, which is not ideal. definitely say that this would be classed as an advanced build. Is quite tricky in spots. You can kind of expect that, I guess, from a not official Lego set. One, two, three, four. Oh my word. Okay. This is, I don't know if you can see this. I can zoom it in a bit. So this instruction tells you to put this bit on here, and then it has a nice big gap in there between a 2x2 plate and then this curved bit down here. And then the next instruction, you have to magically slide a 1x2 plate in there. Studs and all. Yeah, that doesn't really work. Be different if it was a tile, but it's not a tile. It was definitely judging by the parts list, it's definitely a plate. It's one of those instructions that's just like, what the heck? What on earth? Here we go. You go on there. Beautiful. And then we get to build another one. And missing. Oh no, there we go. Not missing. Phew. Now is it pretty much is identical to the last one? So you won't make that same mistake again. Let's chuck that in there now. How far through the build do you think you are? Halfway now? Almost. We've gotten through quite a few steps. Like how many live streams is this? This is number 4. So the first 3 live streams we managed to get through 200 steps, I think. Let me just have a quick look here. Pretty sure it was like 207. Yeah, 207. So the first 3 streams managed to get through 200 steps. And now we have motored through this bag, which takes us up to step 290. So, yeah, so almost halfway-ish. So halfway would be about step 330. So we won't quite get to halfway this stream, but we'll definitely get to halfway next stream. And hopefully we'll start to pick up pace as well as we go on. It tends to be how it works, but yeah, judging by how many parts there is left to go, you never kind of know. Oh, look, right, look at all these pins. Good thing Rich is not here to see this. Look at all those. Crikey. 2 black pins and a whole lot of blue pins. What am I doing here? Hang on, something doesn't add up here. Oh no. Oh, had it around the wrong way. I was just like, don't tell me I put this top bit in like all back to front. That would suck. Oh man, that would be terrible having to pull all that apart because I put it around the wrong way. But I haven't, so don't panic. It's okay. We are okay. And start plugging away the pins. Okay. This is where you want to be able to speed up the video. So it's like blip, 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 blip. Well, at least next time I have a 4,000 piece set to put together, I'll have a little bit more of an idea of what's involved. And yeah, but that's all good. It is quite an enjoyable build. Oh, that pin's very loose. Let's see if we can find a replacement for that. It's always really satisfying when you see it just start to come together. Like, you know, finish the legs is definitely satisfying to finish a good solid section. Grab one of these pins, which I might have to grab one of my own pins later on down the track. That's okay. And oh, yeah, there's the 2x1 dark grey that I didn't think we had. Whoops, there goes my phone. It's alright, it's on the floor now, can't pull any further. So the question is, do I rip that back up and put the right colours in? I probably should, right? Because it's actually two places. Okay, let's. Where is it? There. I reckon we can do this. Without causing too much havoc. Again, it's that age-old story where you're like, you look and you look and you look and you're like, it's not here. I cannot see it anywhere. It is definitely not here. And then you look a little bit later and you're like, oh yeah, yeah, there it is. So if I take this guy off, which means I should be able to pull up this guy. In theory, where's that brick separator? Well, he really doesn't want to come off, does he? We can do this. We can do this. Yeah, almost to it. There it is. Oh, it's right in there. Perfect. We'll chuck that back in there. Oh, this is going to be minimally invasive, which is what we like. There and squish it all back down. Okay, I'm glad we did that. My thumbnail isn't, but that's okay. That was actually not anywhere near as big a deal as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a real pain to get all that, because that was quite deep. But there we go. Parts replaced. And there we have that bag complete. And at 290 what? 291. I got. Oh, I reckon we should make a start on the next bag, because I think we've got some. Might be able to race through some more steps. Let's put these down in the spares, because those are no longer needed. Time for a wee drinky. Okay, so let's race through the next few steps, see how far we can get in the next little while. Need some long beams. What do we need? Two long beams. Right, 13s. I think that length 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Yep. Short 5 beams and some L beams. Normally I probably would have just ended the stream at the end of that bag, but I am very aware that we need to make some pretty decent progress each night, each stream, if we are to finish this thing by the deadline. Is it that I just can't see the L beam? Or, oh no, there it is. It is just because I can't see it. Don't panic! Okay, so this guy goes on here to hold that together. And here we go. It's starting to come out wider, like I had wondered whether it was going to. These long beams go next. Kind of holds all of these sections together. Those sections here. Here and hold all this lot together. And then these longer ones go on the outside here. That, there we go. And just like that, it's a whole lot wider. So if you are just in the background of the stream, feel free to say hello in the chat. You are more than welcome to say hi. It's always more fun when I know actually who is on the streams. Of course, you're more than welcome to just sit back and watch me, listen to me rambling on about what parts I'm looking for. But it's always way more interesting when there's a little bit of conversation going. This AT-M6, it certainly is coming together quite well. I'm pretty stoked with how it's coming together. It is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I have to say, I seriously underestimated how big a 4,000 piece MOC was going to take. But we are certainly getting there. It is a great build and quite enjoyable. Great to see progress at the various stages. Getting bits and pieces actually finished off. It was a great feeling getting the legs complete. But not feeling a lot of pressure as such, but just aware that I need to make some really good solid progress on this thing tonight. Just in general, really, because we want to get this, or we need to get this done by Christmas. I'm heading away a few days before Christmas, so I need to have this thing done. Any filming I want to do with it done, and then probably disassembled again, actually, back so I can get back to its owner, because he really wants to build it. Where does this pin go? He really wants to build it over his Christmas break, and too right too. It's a great set, but he hasn't actually had a chance to build it himself yet. He bought this off somebody else, and yeah, he gave it straight to me. So it's all good. Okay, we are coming up on the step 300 mark. Cool. 300 of about 667, I think, is the step count for this guy. I thought originally that the legs would probably be most of the build, if not like half of the build, and I was sorely mistaken when I finished the legs and realised that I was only up to step like 200 and 207 or something. Excuse me. A couple of shiny red bits. Ryan, look! Red bits! Crazy! That usually signifies that those particular pieces are going to be completely hidden because they are so bright and so out there. Going to cut a couple of long pins. For those who haven't been on the stream the whole time, we were talking a little bit earlier about the colours used in this thing. How there's pretty much grey, and grey. You get to take your pick from light grey or dark grey. You know, because like grey's cool, right? Yeah, it's pretty much the colour of Empire or First Order stuff, vehicles, things. And we're looking for, where do you go? Oh, there, right. Again, a game of spot the difference. And I was failing miserably for a second there, and that lock goes in there and locks that in place. Okay, cool. Some more of these guys. Please let me know too if you want the camera angles changed or anything like that. I sometimes forget and just kind of go on autopilot and end up getting in the way, and sticking my big head in the way of the camera and so on and so forth. So yeah, let me know if anything needs to change. So I hope everybody is having a fantastic day. Oh, actually, what have I missed here? That's correct. Right. Momentary confusion. But we are on the way again. Here we go. I kind of feel like I'm going to get through this bag pretty quick because it's got big chunky parts, like these big chunky plates in it. So, well, I thought I was going to play the Doctor Who theme for a second there. 2, 4, 6, 18, 12. 2, 4, 6, 18, 12. Yep. Wee, wee. One thing about this MOC is it's definitely solid, that's for sure. Some of the parts are difficult to get into and get plugged in, but it's definitely a solid MOC. And that's one thing that that MOCs generally are, whereas the official sets often can sometimes be a little bit flimsy. They're kind of designed for play, but are, you know, can come apart pretty easy, whereas these things, MOCs, are generally very, very solid. What is the part that you're building here? The belly. Yeah, pretty much. So this is the top section, which will just sit on top of the legs. So this is the top going upwards. This is the underside. This is the underbelly. I would imagine that the legs, now which way is which? I think this is the front here. So the front legs would go onto these pins. And you've got the hip joints here, and then the rear legs go on the back there. I am assuming, I'm pretty sure that that's where things are going. So yes, we are building the top section. So the top section's quite tall. Like we're probably looking at, I'll bring this over here. We're probably looking at about there. Oh, I'm going to have to zoom out, aren't I? Probably about there, I'm assuming, and then the head on the front is quite big as well. Proportional, but big. Oops, and there we go. In saying that it's pretty solid, picked it up by the wrong place and a bit fell off. It's always the way, isn't it? Now make sure I've got this right around, which I do not. You do definitely have to pay attention to what's going on. Orientations and things, because it is very easy to get lost. Oh, this is tricky. Gotta kind of just slide that in there. Wow, that's real tricky. Okay, all good, all good. Yes, one thing with the official sets, you'll find that everything kind of goes together very, very nicely. Oh, have I put it in the wrong place? I have. Yeah, I have. Right. Pull it apart again. Yeah, things will go together very nicely, as in when you're building, especially the Technic models, you build these big sections and you kind of you bolt them on, and then you find that they're pretty much bolted on with just like a few pins. So that even though they're very, very structurally solid, they go together very easy, and they aren't easy to pull apart unless you know the specific pins to pull out to unlock the whole thing. Whereas with MOCs, they push the boundaries a little bit with building techniques and so forth. So sometimes you get some, here we go, these big plates. It's always satisfying putting on a nice big plate just to lock everything in. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Oops, this way. Very nice. Yeah. Whereas, with the MOCs, they kind of tend to push the boundaries a little bit, and they have even some weird stuff sometimes, like weird techniques more than anything else. That's what I'm trying to say. So you go there. Again, it's a case of spot the difference. Where did those 1 by 1 blocks go? So we've used those. This is the area we were putting stuff in. Okay. Hang on. No, didn't tell me. Ah, there. Right. Right, there we go. Here, found another mistake in the instructions. This is funny. Here you go. It's got these plates along the bottom, so I couldn't see it because we've got a gap. We've got a gap here, which is where the 1 by 1 block goes. But it's really confusing because you've got these plates along the bottom here, which is actually the next instruction is where you put those plates on. It's like, yeah, that's confusing. That's really confusing. And if you're not paying attention to what parts are actually used in the instructions, rather than just kind of going on what you think, where you think things should go, you tend to miss those kinds of things. So what do we need? 6s, probably 4 because it's going to be symmetrical. Mirrored, I should say. Other side. And then a couple of 1x3s, 1x3, and 2 1x3, and then a whole heap of half pins, 9 of them, which means probably 18. Oh gosh. There's probably all of them in there. you come from? Surely just grabbed another one or two. Oh well, hopefully I didn't need that part. Hopefully I didn't miss it. I'm sure I will find out if I did. So let's just double check that is symmetrical on that side. Mirrored, I should say, not symmetrical. And make sure we've got this around the right orientation. So we're putting the right things in the right spot. No, this way. Did have it the correct way. Okay, and put the 3 on there. 6, 8, the 6, and a stack load of pins in all the holes. Not all the holes, just a bunch of them. There and there, so one gap there, and then in 1, 2, 3 of those holes. And while we've got these parts out, might as well do the other side. You know, while we're here. I was saying earlier, I was surprised at how narrow this thing was, and I was wondering if the instructions would build it out some, and turns out it has. So, oh no! Oh, okay. What bit went flying? Oh gosh. There was another bit. Which bit was it? Oh gosh, that was a bit of a fail. Okay, I'm sure I'll find it. Anyway, what I was saying, so it was quite narrow in here, but it's now been built out to be a nice big solid platform on the top, which is more of the width that I thought it was going to be. So let's do 2 more half pins. There's 1. And there's 2. Oh, that was funny. Just drop it and send parts flying. Yeah, I'm really not sure. Oops, this bit's falling off. I'm really not sure which bit just went flying. Oh, that bit there. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Problem solved. Back in business. So now the plates, a couple of 1x8s and 1x6. Grab out double the amount because we need to do the same on the other side. There's a 6 and there's a 6. We just need 2 of those guys. Okay. So make sure again that we're on the correct orientation, and then we go 8 from the front, 8 from the front, another 8, and a 6. And what have I done? No, I think that is correct. No, it's not. Maybe I'm supposed to start 1 back. Ah, right. Because it's, no, yeah, no, that's right. Not 1 back, but just a little bit back. Just again, the perspective is it's hard to see on the instructions because look, you got this bit here, The only clue that it doesn't go hard up against that is this tiny little black line there to signify that there's the tiniest little bit of gap. But yeah, tricky, but it's okay. Figured it out. Okay, I've done that on that side. I need to do some more on the top. Right, so I think we'll probably go for another maybe another 10 minutes or so, see how far we can get through this bag, and then I think that we will end up calling it a night. I think we've made some pretty good progress. We've gotten through probably 1.5 bags, which is a pretty good effort, I think. So you can see what I'm working on. 6s, 2x6, and some little grey 1x1 round guys. Gap and go in there. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to have 5. Here's the other window. Behind there. Again, almost completely well, not almost completely obscured, but partially obscured by some other sections. To push that pin back to put those beams in there, and that is in the wrong spot. Oh gosh, it's all going poorly. That's certainly a very ratty piece on there. Okay, it's all good. And then we can line this up and get the pin in there. Locks that bit into place like the front one is. So that's good. And then you guys go on there. A couple of interesting technical pieces. Skip. A couple of fun right angle bricks. Gems. Sims. Oops. Just grabbed the wrong piece and it all falls off. No. And you go on there. Now this will be interesting to get in here. Come on, here we go. There we go. Righto. Fantastic. Supposed to be bright red bricks, but oh, hang on, yep. So a couple of them and a couple of them. Two more right angle guys. We're starting to fill in this area now, which is kind of cool. Get some solid structure in there. Checking these, they're supposed to be bright red bricks, which is often a sign that they are going to be completely covered and not visible whatsoever once the final build is complete. Actually, do have some of these red number 4s. So just need a couple of them and plate, tile I should say, and then a couple of these hanging down guys. Oops. I'm sure that will become more stable in the next little while. Oh, big bin bit. Oh, no, I do. Gosh, I thought I didn't have this guy. It's like, how can you miss that? And a load of parts, man. But we do have him. That's good. That's good. Oh, some interesting parts. Oh, I've never seen one of those Technic bits before. It's kind of cool. Oh, there's a couple of them. A couple of them. And we only have one. Okay, let's have another look on the spare. Oh no, here he is. Here he is. Don't panic. We have him. He's in the spares. Jolly good. Right. Did I put that correctly? I think so. Oh, it's another one of these funny parts which actually needs to go in before the other guy that I just put in. So the steps are in the wrong order. There we go. That's more like it. Trying to race through as many steps as I can before we call it a night. A couple of sub parts here. Those should be dark bluish grey. Okay, and the game again, the game of spot the difference. So 3, so 1 goes in under there, holds all those guys together. 1, 2, and a 1, and a 2, and a 2 by 2 on there, lock that into place, a 2 by 2 into there, lock that into place, and an 8, there. Sixes, 4, finally we get to lock those mandible things in place. That's good, because those were falling off quite easily. It's good to lock them in. And where does the single 4 go in between there? Okay. Right angle guys, 4 of them in fact, a couple of 2x4s, a couple of big lupins. So there you go. it's kind of like Tetris actually, building up these sections. Okay, how far are we going to go? I probably haven't got time to go all the way to halfway. But maybe just do a couple more steps, Oh, that's tricky. It's supposed to go in under there. How on earth? The stud. Okay, so I think what we're going to have to do, oh gosh, take these right angle bits off, put that on there, and then kind of wrangle it in. We can. There we go. That. Wow. That's crazy. Oh no. There we go. I mean, it's got a little bit of movement, but not a lot, and that's really tricky to get that in there. There we go. Whew. And the last step for this evening. Last step for this evening. You go there. You go there. We need a couple of these Technic axle hole ones. A couple of these. This will lock those hips in place. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Well, we are actually just about through the bag, but I will call it there tonight. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me. Here we go. Here's the small parts and the large parts of this bag. We are almost there. It's going to be not much at all, and we will be done with the second bag tonight. And then this is all we have to go in the whole model. That's all. That's all. You know, not much. Just one or two more parts, and then we'll be finished. Yeah. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me this evening. I think that we have gotten through quite a bit actually. This is a big chunk of build, and even though it kind of doesn't look like a lot, there is a lot that's gone into it, as you know from watching it all go together on the stream. So again, thank you so much for hanging out, and it's been awesome doing this build and hanging out with you this evening, especially you, Ryan. Yeah, mandible is a great word. From the I got that from the mandibles from the Millennium Falcon. But yes, yes, definitely making great progress on this build. I think we are pretty much on track for having it done by Christmas. So we've got what, one more week, and then like half a week. So yeah, as long as we push through, I might end up doing a stream on Saturday lunchtime, New Zealand time-ish, as the next one to maybe get some of the Americans, give them a chance to get into the stream as well. So yes, again, thank you so much for hanging out. It's been awesome fun, and go out, be awesome, and I will see you next time.